I grew up in a Christian household, going to church, and it was always sort of implicit that the Bible was important, and I guess that it was true. But it was when I went to university that I started to think a little bit deeper about that, and I came up against a lot of arguments that started to suggest that maybe the Bible wasn't true. And that challenged the way that I'd been thinking up to that point. And it also brought to the surface some concerns and questions I had about the Bible that didn't really make sense to me. So kind of things to do with certain Bible doctrines and parts of the Bible that for me just didn't quite ring true. So examples of that might be that I understood from the Bible that when you became a Christian you would be changed, you would be transformed, and the extent to which that happened in my life didn't really seem to match what I understood the Bible to mean. And I went through a time where I really questioned the Bible and didn't really believe it. But I started to look at it again and afresh, and I had all these different questions, and I realized that to research the history and the background of the whole Bible was going to be a big task. And so I had to simplify the questions and think about what was it that was actually holding me back from believing it to be true. And I came across this argument that said that rather than seeing the Bible as true because it says it's true, which is kind of a circular argument, but actually to look at it as a historical document, look at the history of it, and particularly looking at the history for Jesus and the gospel accounts, and if they are true as historical documents, and Jesus takes the Bible to be true, well, that's a good basis to move on from. And actually there was much more evidence for the history than I'd realised. And the one thing about Jesus that I guess is a really testable, falsifiable claim was that he died and rose again. And his resurrection, looking at the evidence for that, if that didn't happen, you would expect to find certain amounts of evidence in the history. And that evidence appeared to be lacking. And it's been a gradual process in some ways, but certainly now, reading the Bible, understanding the evidence for the resurrection, I believed that Jesus was the Son of God, that he did rise from the dead. And actually, if those two things are true, then actually he said that this is his word, and that gives me huge confidence in his word. And it does seem to hold together as a historical document over so many thousands of years with these narratives all together. And the more that I look into it, the more that I question, the more the answers seem to make sense for me, to which I can trust that the Bible is true.